Hello everyone, this is Ijaz Khan, and in this video we are going to discuss one of the topics of information technology part of SBL syllabus. Well, let me give you a quick recap of the whole strategic business leader paper syllabus so that you know that uh, what's the importance of this particular topic in the overall SBL syllabus. Well, as you know, the name strategic business leader, it's all about designing strategies, uh, planning for the organization, so that the organization can achieve its objectives. And in the previous lectures, we discussed a model which helps in strategic planning of any organization. And that model was proposed by Johnson, Schultz, and Whittington, in which this model uh, suggests three key stages of strategic planning. The one is analyzing a company's strategic position, both from internal perspective and external perspective, that is from the external environment's perspective. And then looking at different strategic choices that an organization may have, which will help the organization to reach from its current strategic position to its desired strategic position. And then once it has evaluated and chosen a particular strategy, then it has to implement that strategy so that the strategy fits into the overall organization structure. In the first stage, where a company analyzes its strategic position, that is, it looks at itself, that where it stands, looking at the environment in which it is operating, which is the micro and the macro environment. What type of competition is it facing? What are the economic challenges? The legal, the political, the environmental, the socio-cultural environment that it is operating. What key uncertainties are there in the environment? And then looking at its own strengths and weaknesses, what it is good at and what it is bad at. And once it is able to analyze its strategic position, then it finds out the ways through which it can improve its current position. If it has weaknesses, through a strategy, it can remove those weaknesses and convert those weaknesses into strengths, and also coming up with a strategy that will help to utilize the strengths of the organization so that it is able to avoid the threats coming in the environment and also able to avail the opportunities that it sees in the environment. So once the strategic position is analyzed, then comes the different options that the company may have, which will help it improve its current strategic position. Like it may have a poor marketing um, procedures or processes at the moment. So it may be its weakness. Now, it may try to adopt a strategy that will help the organization to improve its marketing. So it may look for digital marketing in that case. Maybe digital marketing will help the organization. So strategic choice might be to come up with digital marketing. So now the company will evaluate this and see whether this digital marketing will help the organization and will convert its weakness into strength. And also it will also look at the resources required to implement um, digital marketing. So it will look at the resources point of view, and then it will look at the external environment and everything that will help the organization evaluate and choose this strategy. So these are the three key stages of strategic planning. Now, when we are drafting a strategy for any organization, it goes without saying that technology cannot be ignored. So the company has to consider technology while coming up with any strategy, because technology in these days, it's something that you cannot avoid. That's why in your syllabus of a strategic business leader paper, there is a part related to technology. And one of the topics in the technology area is big data. So in this video, we are basically going to discuss big data, what big data is, what benefits big data can give to any organization, and what are the challenges associated with big data. Now, what is big data? Big data is basically the huge amount of data which the current systems or processors are not able to store and process. It's too big that the current systems will fail to store all the data and analyze it and use it for its benefit. We'll just look at the four key features of big data, then you'll be able to understand why we call it big data. Just imagine if you have a data available which is so big in size that you cannot store, process, and analyze it because of the huge amount of information available. And secondly, what if the same information is made available at such a great speed? So every day you are getting this information. It's not only in a huge volume, but it's also coming at a rapid pace. Every day you're getting the information. Then, if it is coming from it's coming um, in a variety of types, like you're getting pictures, you're getting videos, you're getting data forms, you're getting surveys, you're getting posts on Facebook, like you're getting it from multiple varieties. If you're getting information from multiple varieties, again, it will be difficult to analyze it and store it. And then comes veracity, which is when you are getting information, but you're not confident about the source of information because you're getting it from multiple sources, which may be verifiable, which may not be verifiable. So if you're getting that information, again, you will not be able to analyze it in a better way because you will not be sure of its credibility. These four characteristics called volume, velocity, variety, and veracity make a data as big data. Now let's discuss these four key features one by one so that we are able to understand what big data is. When we talk about the volume, just imagine the amount of information uploaded on Facebook, YouTube, Google, Instagram, and other social media platforms daily. Just, just think about your own self. How much information you upload on these websites? How many videos do you watch per day? How many videos will be made available every day on these platforms? The searches. How many people search on Google? The Google map. So you can just imagine the size of information on these websites. And these are just 3 or 4 websites. Just now imagine about the whole internet. So how much information is there on the internet? So if the information is in such a huge volume, it becomes almost impossible for the systems to store all the information. And even if it is successful in storing the information, it will not be able to process all the information. And even if it is able to process all the information, it may not be able to analyze the complete information and take full benefit of all the available information. Then comes the velocity. Again, just imagine at what speed the information is made available on the internet. And the website that we just talked about, the YouTube, the Facebook, just watch your news feed and just imagine how much information is being generated on the Facebook daily. Or you can also say per minute. Just try to refresh your news feed on the Facebook and you will see the information changing every minute. And this is just the story of Facebook. Then comes the YouTube, then comes the Google, comes the other websites, the applications that we use. So there's so much data, and then the information generated within within the organizations. So the speed of the data these days is phenomenal, and the speed at which the data is being made available makes it big data. Then variety of types of information available. There are three basic types of information that is being made available every day on the internet, especially like structured information, which can be analyzed in a tabular form. Like if you sign up for excuse me, if you sign up for a particular website, so you give your personal details like first name, last name, email address, contact information, gender. This information is structured information, easy to be stored and easy to be analyzed, because uh, there are set fields of information, and the information can be sorted or filtered later on using any of these fields. So it's called structured information, which is easy to be stored and easy to be analyzed. Then comes the semi-structured information, like if a developer develops a website and he does coding online, because there are online platforms available these days where you can do all the coding online on a cloud based platforms or websites where you can do the coding. So the coding information is the semi-structured information. And then comes the completely unstructured information in the form of social media posts, which is difficult to be analyzed because there can be any type of post in any language, with any spelling, and you cannot. It's difficult for the computers to recognize the patterns of such type of information. That's why we call it unstructured information. The videos that are being shared, for example, if you have shared a video that is funny, so how will computer recognize that it's a funny video? It is possible for a human being to watch the video and give a comment about the video, whether the video was funny or it's something else. But it would be difficult for computers to watch and see the video, what type of video is being uploaded, unless and until the user or the person who is uploading that video writes something about the video, which tells something about that video. So it's difficult to analyze such type of information and take some meaning out of such information. That's why we call it unstructured information. Though these days there are a lot of tools have been made available which can also analyze this unstructured type of information. So the variety of the information being made available also makes it a big data. Then comes veracity, as discussed earlier. Since if you can look at your Facebook posts, and you will see that sometimes the posts may be authentic ones, but the other time you may see fake news coming up, and you will see your friends and colleagues sharing that information, because sometimes it will be difficult or impossible to find out whether the information that we are circulating is authentic or not. So the truthfulness, the credibility of the information on internet especially will always be something challenging, and you will not be able to find out whether it's authentic or not. So when the information is coming from such a wide sources, then there will always be a risk that you'll be getting information that is not credible. So big data has this characteristic that it will always have information that cannot be verified, and the veracity of the information will always be a question mark. So, if you just see a post in which you see one of your friends showing that he's feeling sad, he may be feeling sad, or he may not be feeling sad, but he may have set up as feeling sad. So, are you sure that he's feeling sad? No, we are not sure. So maybe he's not feeling sad. I mean, just for the sake of fun, he has shown that he is feeling sad. So there is always a question mark to the type of information available on internet, and that's why this is the fourth characteristic of big data. Now the question is, why are we studying big data, and what benefits uh, does it give to any organization? And now big data, the data, just for the time being, just ignore the big data. The data, you know that every organization needs data. Even if we talk about individuals, they need data. For example, if you're going to buy a cell phone, you need information, you need a data about different cell phones so that you can look at the information, look at the features of the cell phone, look at the price of that cell phone. So you'll be in a better position to analyze, evaluate different options, and then choose the best one. So if you want to take any decision, or if you want to formulate any strategy, or if you want to do anything, you need data. So big data, because there's so much in big data, the volume, the veracity, the variety, there's so much there that there will always be some beneficial information hidden within the big data that will help the organization. Let me give you an example. You may have noticed when you go to Google and you search for a product, let's say you search for a product, and after that you start watching relevant ads on different websites, which those ads will be very much relevant to whatever you have searched on the Google a day before, or an hour before, and you start seeing all those ads, and you will be interested in clicking on those ads, and then eventually you may buy the product as well. So this is what the beauty of the big data is. What you did, you just searched on the Google at the back end will have data analytical softwares, algorithms, where they they the system will just store the information, whatever you have searched for, and it will send this information to partnered websites which have partnered with Google, and the relevant ads which will be relevant to the searches that you've made will be appearing on those websites that you will later on visit. And there's so many things. For example, if you have watched a video on YouTube, and there is there's always a description. Whenever you upload a video on YouTube, YouTube asks for the description of the video, what this video is all about. Now, if you, as a viewer, watch a particular video, what YouTube is going to do is, next time when you visit YouTube, it will show recommendations, and those recommendations will be based on whatever you've watched previously, and it will try to pick up similar type of videos and show it to you, and it will increase the chances that those videos will be viewed. For example, if I don't like, let's say, if I don't like pranks, what's going to happen? If YouTube does not know my preference, it may show pranks to me. And since I won't be interested, so I won't watch those videos. But if YouTube knows my preferences through my searches and then showing me the relevant videos that I may be interested in, it will increase the chances that I will watch those videos. So similarly, if you have searched for different products, instead of showing you the irrelevant products which you don't need, the Google will show you the products that you may need or that you may have searched for. So if there are 100 customers who have searched for a particular product, and then Google showing ads related to those products to those 100 customers or viewers, it's a great chance that majority of them will end up buying these products. So this is what big data can do, and there are many other things that big data can do. So let's look at the benefits of big data. The first benefit of big data is that it will help organizations save costs. There's analytical software called Hadoop. Uh, these analytical software, they are very less costly to operate, and they help the organizations to store information getting available over the internet, and processing the information, and then giving analysis about the information and drawing different patterns that what a particular customer is actually looking for, what his likes and dislikes are, what are his or her preferences. And it is going to display that information to organizations, and then the organizations will use this information for developing new products and all that stuff. So it helps the organization save costs. I'll also give you another example of cost saving, and that is if you have a website, if you have a website and you want to trace what type of customers are visiting your website. For example, how much, what's the percentage of male visitors on your website, and what is the percentage of the female visitors on your website? You can use Google Analytics for that. It's totally free of cost. So you can use the Google Analytics for that. Google Analytics is going to tell you that what are the customers' demographics. For example, the geographical location of the visitors viewing your website. So you can know that which geographical area you have your target customers in. So it is a very cheaper option to have. Time reductions, again, these softwares, they will help you analyze data so quickly. Like I just told you, that if you search a website on a Google, or you search for something on a Google, in an hour's time or in half an hour time, you start watching the relevant ads in different websites. So it won't take a lot of time. So it stores information, it processes the information, and analyzes and gives you the benefit in no time. It helps, the big data helps in new product development. For example, if I'm a company and I come to know that in a particular geographical area, there are many people who are looking for a different, for a typical type of a product. And if I come to know that that product is not there in that market, it will give me an indication that I have a market there and I should go ahead and offer such product. So it will help me develop new products, new features. Through website searches, the organizations, they come to know about what customers are looking for, what is trending in the market, and then they can use those trends to to develop new products and new features in their products. Sentiment analysis is again a very big benefit of using big data in your organizations. If you look at, if you go to YouTube, and if you watch a video, YouTube gives you two options of liking or disliking the video. So if you dislike a video, if you just click on the dislike sign, It will give information to whoever is running that channel or whoever has uploaded that video. They will come to know that this is the video that majority of the people are not liking. So they can know what type of videos get dislikes and what type of videos get likes, so they can improve their videos. Similarly, it will also help get in getting the feedback from the customers that are satisfied and feedback from the customers that are not satisfied, and they can exactly know the organization can exactly know what's going wrong, and then they can use that feedback and improve the products. So these were the benefits of using big data. What are the problems associated with big data? The very first problem associated with big data is the risk of hacking. Now, if you have allowed many people to use your website and it's an open system, like if you talk about Facebook, it's open to everyone. You can upload videos, you can upload different links and all the stuff. So when you give access to people to use your system, to come to your system, then there's always risk of hacking. So the first drawback of big data is that there will be a risk of hacking, because remember one thing: you cannot create big data if the system is a closed system. If you have just restricted to your organization only, then you will not be able to produce the data in such a huge amount. So in order to make it a big data so that you can know about the preferences of a large number of people, then you have to keep it an open system. And then when you keep it an open system, there is always risk of hacking. And failure of analyzing information in a way beneficial for the organization. Because the data is is in such a huge um, amount, and is coming from variety of sources, and it is in different forms. It may be difficult to analyze the information the way it is required for the organization. And then, as discussed, that there will always be a challenge to verify the source, because data is as good as it is credible. So if you're working on an information that is not credible, the output of the information will always be a question mark. So that these are the problems associated with big data. Now, let me tell you the importance of this topic for your SBL exam. Um, this topic has been tested in the September exams, and it was also tested in the December exams. So this is a very important topic, because this is a very burning topic these days, and lots of websites and lots of organizations, they're working on big data analytics. So therefore, it's a very important topic. So if you people get any questions, let me ask me on the group. Thank you for watching. Allah Hafiz.